Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you again so much for our time together. We're greatly looking forward to the service tonight as we continue with the revival in Jacob's family. Tonight we're going to be looking at the incredible blessings that flowed to a family that cleaned up their lives and began to again follow Christ. Right now I want to go back to another great revival in our devotional reading from 2 Chronicles chapter 34, a young man by the name of Josiah. In verse 1, it says that he was 8 years old and he became king. Now what's fascinating is how it traces his spiritual growth and development and his spiritual leadership. In the 8th year of his reign, that means he's 16, verse 3, while he was still young, he began to seek the God of his father David. Now that's fascinating. Most people say when young men are 16 years old, their hormones are raging, they're full of sexual desire, they're full of drunkenness and rebelliousness. Here's a young man that at the age of 16 began to seek the Lord. In his 12th year, that means he's 20 years old, he begins to exert strong leadership. He has sought God himself personally, and now he says, I'm going to lead these people to where I'm going. I'm seeking God. In his 12th year, he began to purge Judah and Jerusalem of the high places, the Athers poles, the carved idols, etc. Then in verse 8, in the 18th year of Josiah's reign, that means he's 26 years old, and now he determines to purify the land and the temple. He takes full national leadership in leading a revival, leading the people of Israel back to God. Now that's fascinating. 8 years old, he becomes king. 16 years old, he begins to seek God. 20 years old, he begins to exert strong spiritual leadership on the area right around where he lives, Judah and Jerusalem. 20 years old, 26 years old, now he's strongly affecting spiritual leadership on a national level, challenging the people of Israel to come back to God. Now, it's always fascinating to me, the progression that takes place, but it starts with him personally seeking the Lord. If you're a pastor today, if you're a Connect group leader, if you're a deacon in your church and you're listening to me today, and you want to receive revival in your church, you want to see a fresh wind of God move in your church, you're tired of the engaging of the culture, you're tired of the 1 hour dry cleaning services, you're tired of the sin and the compromise that has entered the church, and you want to see Holy Ghost revival, it begins by you and I seeking the Lord. Revival begins with a personal quest of a leader seeking God.